Recording is now in progress. Again, welcome to the Dadicorn release party. We are super excited to have you guys here. We are clearly not technically savvy, as you can tell. But we are really excited to have you guys here to join us for our album release. We have worked really hard on this record, getting it ready to go. We cannot wait to share it all with you. And we're just really stupidly excited about this and whatnot. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us. We will go and do a bit of a brief introduction so you get to know who all of us are really quickly. And then we'll do a little bit of an intro about the record, and then we'll actually get in on it and start listening to some music. So I guess I'll go first because I'm still yammering. I'm Ashok. I am obviously one of the Dadicorns. This is my little one. One of them anyway. This is my other little one over here. So we have been doing this now for what, 4 years on and off or so?
The project, yeah. Yep.
Oh, my little one wants me to introduce Cinnamon Roll. Very important.
Oh, hi, Cinnamon Roll.
Cinnamon Roll. Okay.
Cinnamon Roll.
So we've been doing this for about 4 years now. We released our first record late 2023 called Sanity is Waning, and at the end of after we play the new record, we'll actually do live performances of We'll do a live performance of all the songs off Sanity is Waning, so you get to hear that whole record live, in an acoustic version, which would be a lot of fun. But like I said, I'm Ashok. I play a little bit of everything for the band. On the records, if you hear all the drumming, that's me, so you can blame me for that if that's terrible. And I hope you guys really enjoy the music. We've had a lot of fun working on it, and the whole project has been focused on just songs about parenthood, kind of being dads, being parents, and just getting a feel for the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows and the humor and the horror of being a parent these days. Exactly, the horror.
The horror.
Mike, do you want to go ahead? Of course, I have to ask you as you drink.
Right. Sure. First, I'm sure Ben will also say it, but this is obligatory, even though I am not a lawyer, unlike Ben. I just want to make sure everybody who is on this and happens to be caught on video, you are consenting to have your likeness, blah, 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 blah. Ben will probably say that much better than I will.
We will be using your likeness for our purposes, so please be careful.
Yeah. Just because the intent is to have this video also available on our YouTube feed for anybody who couldn't make it tonight. My name is Mike. I am one of the Dadicorns, and when Ashok approached us to do this project, I was like, it was actually Shino's idea, but when he approached us to do this project, I was like, hell yes. And I not much else to add besides like Ashok and the rest of and all of us, we're super excited about this album. We did the first album we cut in 3 days. This time we took 5 days, and I think the extra care both in the number of songs we were able to get done and also in the little touches that we were able to add here and there. I hope it really shows throughout the record, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Jeff, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Jeff. I play some of the random rhythm guitars.
You're kind of half off the camera.
Nope. There
you go.
What's up? Anyway, hi, I'm Jeff. As you see, we have a live event here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I also want to thank Barnaby and Jamie for being the AV crew today, as they are at Temple basically every week. So it's kind of turned into a busman's vacation for them a little bit. But thank you. We appreciate the work putting in on it, and hopefully it will sound good. Yeah, we had a lot of fun putting this record together, and I hope you all enjoy it. Yeah. All right. Ben, you want to jump in? Okay. Jan's new.
Absolutely. Hey guys, can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, great. So I am Ben. I am the honorary fourth member of the band, aka the one without talent. If you heard our album Sanity is Waning, the last one, I'm the one who wrote the insanely catchy song that you should hate me for. And little known fact, while they were recording the second album, all the guys went to see a bunch of windmills, and the windmills talked to them. They said they are big fans. And I, too, am a big fan of the Dadicorns. I am really excited about the second record. It really is just a blast, and really, all the emotions. And so might see me chasing my kids around the playground right now because that's what I'm doing. But yeah, let's get this party rolling, man. This is a great album. You can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Ben, I'm just going to tell you this nicely. That joke blows.
Thank you. Thank you. If you turn it the other way, it sucks.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought it was very cool.
Nah. These jokes are oscillating in a bunch of bad directions. Anyway, want to say a couple of huge thank yous. So first off, obviously I want to thank all the guys who are a part of the band to putting this together and agreeing to do this. It was a project we came up with, 4 years ago. My wife Shino actually was the one who kind of put the idea in my head, and she was the one who suggested this was a way for all of us to connect and talk about parenthood and whatnot. So I want to say a huge thank you to her. Huge thank you to Beth, to Nikki, to Christy for letting their spouses do this stuff and let them take time away from family and whatnot to come and record and work on this in their spare time, because all of us have a ton of spare time as dads and as people having jobs and whatnot. There's a whole bunch of other people to thank. I want to thank Robbie Houston, who is our sound engineer and producer. He did an amazing job. He also got a credit on one of the songs, which we'll share later. Obviously want to thank. There's a bunch of people I want to thank. I want to thank a bunch of my friends who listened to stuff as I was writing it to get a feel for it. So Jamie, Barnaby, Tiffany, Tara. There's a whole bunch of folk who listen to our music, John, etc. There's a bunch of people who listen to our music who gave me feedback, gave me ideas as I was working on stuff. I think the other thing that we all of us agree is we got to thank our kids. They're the huge inspiration for every one of these songs, for good or for evil. They are our inspiration. They are amazing. They are infuriating, hence the title of our record. But I'd say, why don't we get on with it? Let's kick in some music. Sound good to people?
Woo!
Let's do it. And just to draw attention to it real quick, Ashok dropped it in the chat as well. But if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. We'll get to them as we go. We'll get to them at the end. Especially if you have any questions about a particular song as it's playing, like, what the hell did you just say there? That's we can address all that kind of stuff there.
Yep. And what we'll do is we'll end up doing like a brief intro of each song. So each of us will kind of take a song, talk a couple of minutes about it, and then you'll get to hear it. Additionally, for one of our tracks, it is the debut of one of our music videos. So we are really excited to share that one. So we will get to that in a little bit. We are collecting people left and right. We're up to a handful, 15 people on the call now. I'm very excited.
Woo!
All right.
Someone call from Arkansas, I guess.
All right, Mike, why don't you, or not Mike, Jeff, I think you're talking about the opening track. I'm going to pull up everything on this side.
Yeah, so the opening track is something that everyone has to deal with as a parent. That whole mess of getting your kid ready in the morning to go to school. It's always a bit of an adventure for those of us who are doing that. Hi Ann, that's who AR is. Okay. my mother-in-law. So this one's called Morning Rush. A show came up with the riff here, and it sounded very Dinosaur Jr., and I was trying to channel my inner Jay Mascis and ended up channeling my inner Fred Schneider. So,
for those of you who don't know, Fred Schneider is from the B-52s.
Right. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say about this one, and enjoy the show.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to play. Let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear that?
You can hear it, I can't see it.
Much better. There we go.
Oh no, sorry.
You're gonna be late. Good thing school's not far. Pull out the driveway. No kids at bus stop. We must be really late. Oh shit, is that a cop? I guess I'll slow down. Wait, where's your backpack? Well, fuck, I'll turn around. So where's your head at? We're as late as we can be. Don't roll your eyes at me. Where is everybody? It's past 8:30. You're gonna be late. Don't get a move on. You're gonna be late. Why aren't your shoes on? You're gonna be late. Go get in the car. You're gonna be late. Good thing school's not far. You're gonna be late. Don't get your bag. You're gonna be late. Don't call me a nag. You're gonna be late. Wearing school okay. You're gonna be late. Now shit, it's Saturday. Oops.
And it ends with the punchline.
I think we're back on the main screen now. But that was track 1. That was our first song. Yeah, the oops at the end was a complete last second add-on in studio. It was kind of a fun moment where like we had to do something ridiculous here. So I hope you guys like that. It made us laugh quite a bit when we did it. What do you guys think? Did you guys like it? Let me know, put some comments in the chat. Let us know what you thought of it. Let us know what you think. In the meantime, we will get ready to talk about our next track, which is First Day Jitters. Oops. Which jumped in. Mike, go ahead.
No, yeah, First Day Jitter. So this was this is a song I wrote. Gosh, it's been I can't believe it's been like almost 2 years ago now. But shortly after sending our oldest off to kindergarten, and it was kind of about that whole thing, right? And I kind of I remember diddling around with the chord progression, in just while sitting watching my girls play and whatnot, and kind of thinking about that moment coming. And the first verse and stuff like that came to be pretty quickly. And then the second verse kind of took a different turn after I thought about some other stuff and, more broadly speaking, and how that kind of transitions into other fears about them entering the world and stuff like that. And then I didn't know really how to end the song. And as Jeff said, very similarly, I also channeled my inner Jay Mascis and basically just decided, you know what? I can't play guitar nearly as well as him, but whatever. Let's just so I kind of did a thing, and then when I was cutting the demo, I accidentally cranked the distortion up a little too high and realized I loved it, and so that was kind of when that took that turn. As you saw, it has a little drum intro, which I asked Ashok to come up with something because I was like, this needs a little something to kind of bring it in. But anyway, you heard the first 2 seconds of that. Now let's hear the whole track.
That?
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh sharing your screen.
It was always a given that one day this day would come, and I thought I'd be ready, but it direction is a world you can't ignore. So go forth, my lamb, amidst the wolves. I'll pretend that I can keep it cool. I don't worry anymore. I don't worry anymore. I don't worry anymore. Said no dad ever. I don't worry. Nothing's ever a given. Worlds can quickly fall apart. And my super glue's not strong enough to fix a broken heart. Well, I hope your mind stays open and your heart retains its joy. But there's some people out there who don't care what they destroy. So I'll prepare my torturing device. Maybe then those bastards will think twice. I don't worry anymore. Said no dad ever. I don't worry anymore. Said no dad ever. I don't worry anymore. Said no dad ever. I don't worry. I surrender the illusion of control. I can teach you all you need inside this home. There's so much you'll see that I will never know. And to love you means I have to let you go.
When you were born.
Oh, wait, now's the next song.
I-
Hey, so true story. While we were playing that song, I was chasing my kid up with like the biggest, scariest playground structure ever. And right when it got to the scariest part, he's hearing "I don't worry anymore,"
Yep.
which, considering the actual meaning of the song, was actually apropos.
Yep. Just keep saying it until it becomes true, right?
Awesome. Are we... Everyone can see us on screen? Are we good? I see Chris sitting in the car driving, being chauffeured around. I'm gonna kill that video, but we will... All
Thanks for
right.
tuning in, Chris.
So that was First Day Jitters. I will say one of my favorite parts about that song, I mean, the solo at the end was one of my favorite bits. When Mike wrote it and he played it for us, immediately in my head, my first thought was, this has got to be a driving song. We got to have a beat that makes you feel like you can drive. And my thought was how to build a drum beat that you kind of put this in the car, turn it up, threw the top off, and just went. and that was kind of the beat I was going for. So I'm hoping that we captured that with the way this one sounds. So I hope you like that one. I guess it's my job to introduce the next track. So the next track is my daughter's absolute favorite song on the album. No, not really. This is their least favorite song on the album. The song is titled Plan E, and the E is for embarrassment. But the idea of this song came to me when I was thinking about what my kids were going to be like as they got older, and thinking about all the fun things that I could do and that we all could do as dads to mess with our kids, with our terrible dad jokes, with the way we dress, the way we walk, breathing, anything that we can do that would embarrass our children. And I started writing this song about it. And as most of you know, I'm a big Green Day and a big punk music fan. And I wanted to make this song a bit more of kind of like a punk song. But the way it ended up sounding was kind of a mixture of like punk and also a bit of Flogging Molly with that kind of Celtic sound. And we ended up deciding that we needed something to make the song complete. And my wife was gracious enough to pop into the studio one of the days and played violin for us on this track. And so we actually got a little bit of live violin. We had messed around with a synthesizer, and it was okay, but we got a live violin on this track, and it really kind of brought it together. The other thing about this song that I really like was we really wanted to give it a bit of a barroom feel. So when you hear like the backup vocals, it really is meant to echo this like band on stage and the audience kind of shouting stuff at them. So that's kind of the craziness of this next track. But let's get on to the next track called Plan E. Hold on. Let me share it.
When you were born, I couldn't wait for the world to see what I could see. As you grow from a baby into a young lady who can stand on their own 2 feet. But at times there'll be troubles, and up they will bubble. I might curse at the time or 3. But getting frustrated seems quite overrated, so I made a new plan for thee. Oh, I'll come to your bus stop in shorts and an old top in fashion from last century. And I'll hug you and kiss you in front of all of your peers, and I won't let you wriggle free. Once we get in the house, I'll sing all of our songs at the very top of our lungs. With your friend who's guilty, I'll share dope jams and slap, and you'll oop because I'm not Yugi. To embarrass you. While you get ready for your hot date, I got ways to relay. Show you baby pictures from birth to 3. And there's times I do nothing, but you'll accuse me of something, but I'm simply here just breathing. Wait, what did I do? To embarrass you. Go! To embarrass you. Well, now that you've grown, I can't wait for the world to see what I now see. As you grew from a baby to a young lady who can stand on their own 2 feet. But sometimes there were troubles, and
Oops. I'm trying to get... There we go. Can you guys... Okay, we're back. Sweet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Technical issues abound for me. But yeah, that was our attempt at a Green Day-esque, Flogging Molly-esque punk song. The violin really kind of kicked that one in together, and it brought it, and I was really excited about the vocal harmonies and really kind of putting it all together with that to really make it this raucous, kind of chorusy, sing-along kind of song where you'd all be together and drinking a beer and kind of going nuts about it. So hope you guys like that one. Mike, I'm going to let you introduce our next track.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, just making sure. It took a second to make sure I was off mute because at work meetings I've been known to talk for at least a minute before realizing that I'm on mute. So, right. As Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. Gosh, it's been several years now that I think it was my mother actually that it was either my mother or my sister that got me a little practice ukulele for Christmas. And I'd fiddled around with it a little bit, and I kind of set it aside for a while and came back to it, and finally really had gotten into it about the past year or so before we started really working on this album. And I decided I wanted to write a song that was on the ukulele. And this is the song that I wrote. And it's basically it's about this whole notion of seeing yourself and your kids, and sometimes seeing things that are the worst of yourself and your kids, but also just loving the fact that you are seeing yourself and your kids. And that's basically it. It's a very compared to all the other tracks in the album, it was actually a very simple track to lay down because there's not a whole lot to it, but it's a nice change of pace between the previous track, which I did want to point out. If you remove the space in between it, it looks like plain, which works very well with the album cover when it's popping up right underneath the plane while the joke is streaming the album. I noticed that too. Total side note. But anyway, this was a really fun song to record. I had when I did the vocals for the song, I had a picture of my kids that actually a friend of ours had sent me just earlier that day, and I put the picture on the little music stand while I was singing the vocals. And I think that that hopefully that emotion also comes through in the song. So this is a little shortcut, but it's short and sweet. I hope you enjoy it.
It's our sugary sweet song. I really like this one. So let me pull it up and we will get playing it.
You're the shortest kid in your whole school. You're as stubborn as a pack of mules. When things don't go your way, all you do is whine. There's no doubt that you're mine. No one knows what to do with your hair anymore. And your voice is louder than an F4. You're a troublemaker, but your mischief is mostly benign. There's no doubt that you're mine. But I want you to be so much better than me. As long as your blue eyes always shine, there's no doubt that you're mine. There's no doubt that you're mine. I'm so glad that you're mine.
that was track 4, No Doubt You're Mine. Easily the cutest and one of the sweetest songs we have on the album. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a point in the song where Mike comments about we don't know what to do with your hair anymore, and Mike was trying to illustrate how much hair he had. We all know he has no hair, and that's okay. We like him anyway.
But I don't know what to do with it anymore, so it still tracks.
Totally fair. I guess I'm on for the next track. So track 5 is Pilot. It's actually the song where our album title came from. The album cover is kind of derived off of it. So this song actually came together based on a really common phrase that I think all of us have heard, which is, we're building the airplane while we fly it. And it was an idea that I heard that phrase and it kind of popped into my head thinking about that's really the entirety of parenthood. We are kind of navigating it and doing it all as we parent. None of us walk into this knowing what the heck we're doing. And in many cases, we're all kind of flummoxed and flustered and freaked out about, I have to take care of this person and raise them to be a good human. That's a lot. And so this song is kind of that idea of all of the ups and the downs and the stress and the joy and everything about being a parent and realizing we don't know what we're doing as we try to parent our children, but we keep having to look like we do. So yeah, this next track is called Pilot. I'm very excited about it. It's kind of meant to be this epic rock song. It was probably the most complicated song to record, just because it required so many vocal parts. It had so many different aspects of the song to put together, but I hope you like it. It's called Pilot. I will pull it up momentarily.
I think of this as the theme song for the band.
At least for the record.
Yeah.
But it's placed at the center of the album for a reason.
Yes.
questioning myself. Old ideas collecting dust upon the shelf. And just when I get my footing in the sand, you grow up and you change the rules again. Every day, every day, we build the airplane while we fly it. Now I'm not sure
And I don't know all it takes to be your dad. I guess I know what I'm doing half the time. I'm making choices to set up your flight.
You heard it here first. When these guys become world famous rock stars, that is the song they're going to end their concert with.
So one thing that I really wanted to point out on this song, like I said, this song had probably the most individual tracks on it. Multiple guitars, multiple lead parts, 4 different vocal parts at one point, lead, etc. Our engineer Robbie did an awesome job kind of putting this all together and putting it into a coherent song that actually sounded like a song that was decent sounding. So huge thank you to him, and huge thank you to Orbit Audio who put our whole record together and did our recording and our mixing for us. Our next song is Back to Jeff, so I will let him take the lead.
All right. Before I talk about the next song, I have a request here on the North Carolina and to talk a little bit about the album art, especially since the last song.
Hold on a second. Sorry, it's playing, and I don't know why. I fixed it.
All right. Hey. All right. Anyway, the album art is the same artist as the first album's artist, namely my now 17-year-old child who couldn't be here today because they're celebrating their 17th birthday, which was yesterday. So
they should be over that by now.
Yeah, I gave them a pass.
That's fair.
It's okay. But we asked them to do some art for us. They're a very talented artists. They do some a lot of really great computer animation, and some of the art we have on the walls here is theirs as well. And we asked them to kind of come up with kind of an airplane motif, and this is what they came up with, and we all really liked it. So
Please explain the parachute.
The parachute is just, the kid is now flying the plane, and now the dad figure is that dad figure is actually carried over from the first album. And so that dad figure is now bailed out of the airplane, and the kid is now flying it. So, it's kind of that's the metaphor we're going for there, I guess. So
the hair on the dad figure is inspired by me, and they didn't even realize it when they were drawing it.
Believe it or not, once upon a time, all of us have had big bushy heads of hair. The only one who has now is Ben.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe at all.
Anyway, the next song is called Fantasies. It was written largely for and inspired by my younger child, who is currently playing in her bedroom with a friend. And it was just kind of, she went through a period of time where she would always want to play dress up, and, when a child plays dress up, you dress up in whatever she wants you to. So, if you are the thing she wants you to be, and you get to spend, an hour or so inside of your child's own little world, and it's really kind of a nice experience. And this was kind of a little bit of a lilting indie rockish song, kind of inspired by Jack Johnson in a few ways. So just a lot of being able to chill and separate yourself from the world you live in and live in that really fun world that your kids live in for a little while. So this is called Fantasies, and I hope you enjoy it.
I want to throw one other piece about this song. I think this was the song that when we first walked into the studio, we knew this song was one that had to be on the album, but we had no idea how it was going to sound in the end, because we were just, all the pieces were there and we were just like, we don't know how to put it together. This is probably the track of any on the record that really was born in the studio and really came together. And we were all just as surprised at how well it came out in the end. And I will say this track easily became one of my absolute favorites on the album. So let me...
Agreed.
Let me go share this one and we will go from there.
You're a mermaid, and I am too. Swimming loop-de-loops through sparkling seas of blue, chasing fishes and treasure chests, cruising through the waters the way that you know best. You're a good witch, I'm not very nice. You put me in my place with a spell of ice. My fire powers soon melt me down, dry me and my dragon and resume chasing you around. And I wear these princess crowns with my head held high today. Put you on my shoulders, I'm a pilot and will fly away. The real world sucks anyway. We're superheroes with a cape and all, saving cities made of little fabric dolls. We'll use our magic wand or whatever we find. Doesn't matter if our powers are somewhat undefined. And I wear these wizard hats with my head held high today. Put you in a cardboard box, I'm your driver and we'll roll away. The real world sucks anyway. And every game we play turns into Calvin Ball. Think it's time to just embrace all the topsy-turvy chaos of it all. And I wear these sparkle gowns with my head held high today. Put you on my shoulders, I'm a rocket and we'll blast away. We'll go through your
Ashok, you had so much fun with that splash cymbal on that track.
So I have a couple of stories to share about this.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the track that I purposely purchased a splash cymbal. And I spent a good hour in the store looking for the right splash and literally hitting them over and over again to find the right one.
Yeah,
And-
that would. Yeah, you brought it in, and I was like, yes, we need.
Yeah,
that.
and I found
Right
that
there.
one. And the really funny thing is, our recording engineer, when I asked him, like, do you have splash cymbals? I was on the phone with him, and he was like, splash cymbals? No one's ever asked about a splash cymbal before. And I was like, we are going to need one for this record. So I found it, and I kind of messed around with it a bit, and I was like, it didn't fit any of the songs, and then this song in particular, I was like, this is where it goes. This is where it fits. The other thing about this song, I will say I had the hardest time figuring out drums for this one. And there's a part when the drums kick in, and then midway through, when the drums drop out and drop back in, I didn't know how the timing worked, and Jeff literally had to point at me to get me to know when the timing started to get the drums to play right, because I just couldn't get the timing right. And I will say it turned out as well as I could expect. I was super excited. So Jeff was my conductor for this one. Desperately needed that.
We called it payback for the constant switching between 4/4 and 3/4 in Pilot.
Right, exactly.
It was my one moment to bring in Tool. Come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Ashok, you'll actually appreciate this.
that would
My
need
daughter's in
7,
a piano
6,
class, and she's
Yeah.
composing her own piece, and it transitions between 4/4 and 3/4. One of my first thoughts was, yep, I'm familiar with that.
It's such a fun transition to make, to switch those time signatures. Also, for those of you who don't realize, I know nothing about music and music theory, so everything I make up based on how it sounds. So when I go from 4/4 to 3/4 timing wise, I'm like, oh, oops, I didn't know. So it goes to show you don't need to know music to make music.
Truth.
All right, Mike, do you want to introduce our next one?
Sure. Yeah. So this one actually kind of has a funny origin story. I don't even remember. Me and Ashok, we were like on a random, having a random call or something like that. And as we often do, we just also happen to have our guitars. And I was playing what is one of my practice riffs. It's just kind of like a little thing that I do. And Ashok was like, I love how that sounds. I want to make a song out of it. And I would say within like 15 minutes, we had a song out of it. And then when we came into studio, we decided the first album had the very intro track had all three of us having a vocal track on it. We decided, you know what? There's 3 verses. This one works out well. We can do the same thing. And then everybody just showed up and turned it up to 11 on the vocals. Like the vocal on this is just one of my favorite vocals on the album because it's just so much fun. And I don't know if it started with the guiding vocal that I did when you were recording the drum track or what, but it just spiraled.
I think the other thing about this is that the lead guitar riff that we hear was actually one that Mike randomly played. We were on a call. He randomly played it, and I immediately thought, that's the lead part to a song. And that's how that's kind of where the song was birthed, and it fit.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
All right,
And I know you guys say all your inspirations. I know this wasn't your inspiration. You've had like the Dinosaur Jr. and Flogging Molly and all that. This one sounds to me like an obscure band called Be Your Own Pet from the mid-2000s. They did hard, they did fast, they did quick. And I'm talking about their music. Anyway, this one's, kind of like that.
I will take a Be Your Own Pet reference. I did not expect that, but I will absolutely take that.
I would say in my head, this has the garage band feel of like the White Stripes or something. We were going for that garage bandy kind of lo-fi feel for this one. Oh, important note about this song. This is the song that has our feature. Our record producer, our engineer, Robbie Houston, listened to this song, and the first thing he commented on, needs more cowbell. So enjoy the cowbell as part of this one.
Well, and also, this is the you teased it at the beginning, right?
Yep, go ahead.
This is the debut of we put well, Ashok, I feel like you should introduce this better because you're the one that really put the video together. But this is basically we were shooting little video clips here and there of ourselves during the recording process, and Ashok put this video together of all of those clips and to the tune of this song. And this is going to be its worldwide debut.
This is our debut music video, and we're very excited about it. So let me pull it up. We'll share it.
Your mama's getting dressed up. We're going to go out. It's time for adult time. We got a babysitter. We made your favorite dinner. It's time for adult time. It's nice to finally get out. There's so much to talk about. It's time for adult time. No need for checking your phone. We're finally all alone. We get some adult time. Adult time. We're coming back to the house. We're tiptoeing like a mouse. It's time for adult time. We're on our way to the bed. The booze is gone to our heads. Let's have some adult time. Seriously?
Like, what an invitation.
By the way, the Dadicorns sleep should just be like, it's all video, y'all sleep. Never mind, I'll shut up.
Well, that was our debut video. Yes, we were acting like fools in the studio. It's really no different than how we act normally. But we had a lot of fun recording it, and we definitely had a lot of laughs. We worked hard on this record. We were really excited about it, so I hope you all enjoyed that track. One of my favorite parts was the ending where we added Mike's daughter in there, and we just thought it was a very fitting way to disrupt what we were hoping for would be adult time, and it proved clearly to not be adult time. So, Mike, do you want to introduce our last track? This is our final track off the record.
Yep. No, absolutely. So this is actually the first Dadicorns song that I ever wrote, and it was. We wanted to do it on the first album, but the first album, as I mentioned at the beginning of this session here, we didn't have as much time in the studio, and this song was just a little more complex, and we were worried we weren't going to have enough time for it, and it hadn't been fully fleshed out yet. So we ended up deferring it. And actually, when a show came to the table with Morning Rush, and we had this song, which is called Sleep, that sort of formed the crux of the pseudo conceptual nature of the album, which is walking from the beginning of the day straight through to the end of the day. So this was a song that I wrote several years ago, back when my daughter was significantly younger. And I'd love to tell you that she no longer wakes up in the middle of the night, but she still does. But it's basically about it's really written from the parent of a newborn, or somebody who's in like that one-ish type of age, where they're becoming a little more animated, but they still won't sleep through the damn night. So that was kind of the genesis of this song. And I knew that I wanted it to have like this gradual build. And I think that once I played it for Ashoka and Jeff, they were like, yes, we know exactly what you want. And they had this idea. They added all the pieces that I think really suited the song very well. I will say that if there are any young and sensitive ears to certain let's say expletives, they might want to leave the room for the next minute. But no, I'm really proud of this song. Super happy about the way it came out. And actually, this song, I do want to say one more thing. It featured one of my favorite moments in studio, which was Jeff and Shoker adding these background vocals, and they were trying it, and they couldn't get it to work. And I had this like epiphany of how they should do it. and I literally like busted out of the one booth, and I ran into the recording booth, and I said, "No, do this," and they just ran with it, and it's perfect. It's just subtle enough, but I think hopefully you'll still catch it, and it provides my one of my favorite moments that we had during recording. And as you'll notice as you listen through the entire track, it dovetails nicely with the beginning of the album and the cyclical nature of all of it. So hope you all enjoy.
All right, we're gonna share.
Don't ever doubt that this is true. I would do anything for you, and that's a promise I will keep. But I just wanna fucking sleep. We've had a lot of fun today, but now it's time to end your play. I don't wanna hear another piece. I just wanna fucking sleep. You little shit. How much I love you. But I admit I love you slightly less at 2 a.m. Please understand that I'm not mad, and I'm so happy I'm your dad. But I'm so tired I could weep. God, I just wanna fucking sleep. You little shit. You'll never know how much I love you. But I admit I love you slightly less at 3 a.m. Your eyes have finally drifted close, so I'll lay you down and then I'll go. Out of your room I'll slowly creep to try and get a little sleep. Oh fuck, I almost made it to the door. I tiptoed so careful on the floor, but you woke up at just one little creak. Oh please just go the fuck to sleep. You little shit. You'll never know how much I love you. But I admit I love you slightly less at 4 a.m. Just as the sun begins to rise, you finally shut your tired eyes. Enjoy your slumber nice and deep. I'll go get 10 minutes of sleep.
Son of a...
That's awesome. Can you play some different?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our new record, Amazing Infuriating.
We'll do live stuff.
I was excited about that ending where we could bring it right back to the beginning again and kind of have it loop around. So, as Mike mentioned, it was something that I was really excited about when we figured out how to get it to work. I want to take this moment to invite all of you guys to pop on camera if you want to, share your thoughts, share your faces. We love to see you. We are super excited to have you all here. We really appreciate you guys taking a little time out of your Saturday to come join us. But yeah, we'd love to hear feedback, hear what you guys think. I know you've been commenting in the chat, which has been amazing, but I hope you guys enjoyed the record. I hope you guys had fun with this. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Hi.
Hey, Norman.
I want to say thank you for inviting me to your album release party. It's real cool. And I want to say, where's the merch?
That is that we were going to make the announcement. We want people to hear the album before we talk about where you can buy said album. So Norman, not being a plant, so we do have a.
To our lawyers who also need merch. So yes, we have merch.
We do have merch. But we do have our record is up on all the streaming sites. It actually goes up today, so it's up on iTunes, it's up on Apple Music, Spotify, you name it. We're probably up on there. We have a YouTube channel, so if you go to YouTube and type in the Dadicorns, you can find our music. We do have a Bandcamp site, and that is the one place where you can buy the album directly from us, and all the proceeds go directly to us so that we can provide and use that money to record new music and record new records. So if you like the album and you support it, by all means, please buy the album. You can get the whole record for, I think it's $7 is the cost of this record, and our previous record, Sanity is Waning, is for $4, if I remember correctly.
That's right, but I do want to point out, you don't have to pay $7. You technically can download it for free, or you could also pay more if you feel so inclined. $7 is just the recommended,
Yes.
The recommended amount.
Fund our next album.
That's right.
Now, also, if you really didn't like our music, then don't buy the album and we won't get the money to make new music. So we understand. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys had a lot of fun with this. We had a lot of fun putting this together. Two things that I want to share really quick, and then we'll go to the next part of the show. One, I want to say again a huge thank you to our families, in particular our kids who humor us and tolerate us as we play these songs for them ad nauseum, and also provide us tons of inspiration every day for all the pieces of music that we write. We can't do this without them. We can't do this without our spouses who've really carried the load in terms of helping us support our kids and giving us time to work on these projects and travel to record music together, etc., etc. Additionally, before we go on to the next part, we will actually go through and play all of Sanity is Waning live. One thing I wanted to comment on, so we talked about our music video for Adult Time. We are actually in the works for another music video, this one for Fantasies, and on screen you'll see our friend Mike, who is helping us work on the animation and get it all together. It's in the infancy stages, but be on the lookout for that. We will be sharing that news on our social media and post it on our YouTube channel once it's available. But we are super excited about the work that's coming out there. And yes, Calvin Ball is taking a huge inspiration for us for this music video. So we are very excited about this extra project tying into this. But again, I thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to stick around, we are going to play the entirety of Sanity is Waning, which is 6 tracks, and we are going to do that live. So we will have Jeff play the first track, and then we'll kind of go on from there. Feel free to keep the comments coming. Feel free to stay on camera if you like. Feel free to join us, make comments, share. And we really hope that you enjoyed the music. Share it with your friends. Share it with people that you think might like it, because we're doing this completely word of mouth, and it's really just meant as a fun project for us. So we're not, we don't have the opportunity to tour because we're all in different parts of the globe, and we all are doing different things at the time and trying to raise our kids. But we hope you enjoy it, and we're glad you all could come and join us for this album release party.
Yeah, amen. I want to second that real quick. Yeah, thanks everybody who was able to tune in, and but yeah, like I said, we got more songs coming. Less polished because we're doing them live, but
just the light over Laura.
And this is actually it's an additional treat because we can't actually see Jeff because of the lighting. So that's just a bonus.
Dog is the giraffe.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
guys,
sorry.
I may have to bolt in a second. I think I've tried my kids' patience enough, but I just want, if anybody sticks around and hears this, I just want you to know that a really catchy song called This Song Is Stuck in My Head. I'm to blame for that. Mike is just the messenger. I'm to blame.
There's a button.
That is true. That is true. So send your hate mail that way, not to me.
There it is. All right.
But we'll
This
get
guy
there.
right here.
All right. No. Yeah, that's better. All right. Actually,
All right, so-
yeah, I'm gonna turn this-
While Jeff is getting set up, he is going to perform the first track off our first record, Sanity is Waning. It's a song called The Noodle.
I think it's just a-
The whole idea about the noodle was dealing with your kid and their tantrums, of which we are all very familiar when they had them when they were little. As Norman is shaking his head, no, of course, no tantrum in our children.
Am I still in the dark?
But, so Jeff, when you're ready, let us know.
What about this overhead? What if you were to stand over here and we would have moved that? Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
I
the
can see
overhead
that,
light
Jeff.
actually worked really well there. Okay, great. All right, so yeah. Anyway, this is the Noodle. It's about toddler tantrums. We've each wrote a verse based on the various toddler tantrums that are at the time toddlers had had. So you North Carolinians will recognize Pullen Park as the location for the first verse. But anyway, we will let's just dive right in, I suppose. Can y'all hear me? You had fun on the carousel and on the train. You got to enjoy the sunshine and a little rain. You ate your food so well when it was time to go. Threw yourself down behind the bike and you said no. You became the noodle when it was time to fly. You became the noodle and you started to cry. Can't take you anywhere, can't even take you over there. You became the noodle and people started to stare. You wanted pizza with extra cheese. You asked politely, you even said please. I brought you a slice, but it was cut too small. You took one look, and now you won't eat it at all. You became the noodle when it was time to eat. You became the noodle, and you stomped your feet. Won't eat your food no more. You want trains and dinosaurs. You became the noodle, now dinner's on the floor. It's now the end of the day and it's time to take a bath. I see you rubbing your eyes and know you're not gonna last. I collected you and carried you upstairs. You yelled and screamed out you're not going anywhere. You became the noodle when it was time to sleep. You became the noodle and collapsed in a heap. Won't put your PJs on, you want another song. It became the noodle, now it's gone on too long. I became the noodle and collapsed in bed. I became the noodle, slept like I was dead. Don't even dream no more, I just very loudly snore. You became the noodle, and you woke me up at 4. And you woke me up at 4. You woke me up at 4.
best part about that song is we each ended up writing a verse that was very true to our own kid, and it just fit because it was such a universal thing that we've all dealt with our kid having tantrum.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Mike. Mike's gonna do our next song. I'm gonna let him take it away.
Sure. So yeah, this is cleanup. This is the way that I'm going to perform it is slightly different than what it is on the album for a wide variety of reasons, not the least of which is acoustic guitar. But this is a song that I remember it was another one we each brought a piece to. We workshopped this a lot, and I feel like the way that I think of this, it's an oversimplification, but the way that I think of it is Jeff brought the verses, I brought the pre-chorus, and Ashok brought the chorus. But just the overall sound of it, as Ashok mentioned before, it's meant to sound very Green Day. This will not. But again, because it's not like Good Riddance or anything like that. But I always thought it'd be fun to play it this way. So we'll see how this comes out. I went to get my coat out of the closet. Y'all had other ideas. Your Play-Doh's been stuck on my foot all day. It's now a dried up tortilla. I really don't think I'm all that demanding. There appears to be a big misunderstanding. I thought I told you to clean up, but your shit's still on the floor. Well, you don't think that I mean it. I'm not gonna ask once more. I thought I asked you to clean up, but your shit's still on the floor. I guess you don't want to keep it. Shit's going out the door. Your crayons are melted by the heat of them. Your puzzles have depleted. I've been cleaning up after you for so long, and now I'm feeling quite defeated. I really don't think I'm all that demanding. There appears to be a big misunderstanding. Thought I told you to clean up, but your shit's still on the floor. Well, don't you think that I mean it? I'm not gonna ask once more. I thought I asked you to clean up, but your shit's still on the floor. I guess you don't want to keep it. Shit's going out the door. You're gonna make me pull what's left of my hair out, curled up on the floor. I can't take this anymore. Your shit's still on the floor. I thought I told you to clean up, but your shit's still on the floor. Guess you don't want to keep it. Your shit's going out the door.
Woo! Yeah, that was definitely not the version that we heard on the record. Not at all. Definitely much more punk. But so that was our next song, Clean Up. Jeff needs a moment. While Jeff is taking his moment, I'm actually going to share just so you guys can see it really quick, but I have our Bandcamp site up, and it has both Sanity is Waning as well as our new record, Amazing Infuriating, on it. So this is the website. I shared the link in the chat, but just so you guys can see it, this is it right here. You click on either of them. You can go and purchase those records as you like. And it's an opportunity to kind of support us and support the music that we do and help us kind of fund the next record, which we're starting to work on tracks for that as we speak. We already have, I think, 4 or 5 songs that are potential options for the next record. So just wanted to share that and give you an opportunity to see that. Jeff, we good?
Okay, so yeah, we're off mute. This is the third song of Sanity's Waning. It's one that I wrote about the older child. At one point, they chose to transition to being identifying as non-binary. I was kind of okay. I'm not sure what that is exactly. So I was, not like obviously non-binary and third gender identities have existed since the dawn of friggin' time, but in our culture it's not, this wasn't necessarily a big thing. So it was just kind of like, well, what the heck is that? And so this is my attempt to kind of grasp with the confusion of that, but also the need to support your kid in their decision and their, how they're identifying and how they want to be referred to. And, obviously it took me about a year to get used to the pronouns, but now it's working. Anyway, this is a song that I wrote about that. It's called Purple and Yellow, and for those of you who don't know, purple and yellow are the colors on the non-binary flag, I guess, as it can be said. So that's what I'm referencing here. So anyway, this is called Purple and Yellow.
Bailey, can you come here, please?
Stumble over my words again. Plural verbs for a singular kid. Struggling why I get them out of my head. The elements of their style are no longer hid. Your night crawls, knock doors, carry the signs. When it comes home, well, it's then that you'll find you don't know shit, you're just falling instead. You're not the one who's gotta live inside their head. So used to thinking in pink and blue. Purple and yellow are beautiful too. Your hair's cut shorter, there's a smile on your face. Taking control, you're taking your place. Confidence up, now you're ready to roar. Is this what was holding you back before? I made you a box and it just didn't fit. Dresses, pigtails, all of that shit. You cast it aside, not for what I don't know, but to just be you, you had to let it all go. So used to saying, pick a side. Purple and yellow won't be denied. And I was wondering why. Is there some kind of cosmic reason? When I realized that doesn't matter. When you grow old, you think you're so wise. There are words that you won't recognize. And all we can do is just stand up and say, love will win at the end of the day. No more thinking in pink and blue. Purple and yellow for beautiful you. Purple and yellow for beautiful you. Purple and yellow for beautiful you.
That was Purple and Yellow. I think when we heard that song from Jeff for the first record, that was the first moment we realized that we could write songs that were serious and not just goofy ones. And that kind of took this whole project in a different direction. It really helped encompass like the full scope of what we could write for this and how parenthood really was, the ups and the downs and everything. It really just kind of highlighted a lot for us. So it really kind of opened our eyes in terms of what we could do. I guess I have the next track. So this song is one called Cheese with That Whine. It is the first song I actually wrote for the Dadicorns. Being a dad and being one who loves terrible jokes and puns, I made this song as punny as I could make it. But I had a lot of fun writing it. And the idea stemmed from the idea of, you know, our kids, in addition to being the Noodle and, you know, falling down and having temper tantrums, they also whine. And I'd kind of heard that phrase, you know, would you like some cheese with that whine? And it stuck in my head and I wrote a whole song around it. So that's this song. Give me a quick second. I'm going to see if I can spotlight myself. And then... there we go. All right. Here we go. Cheese with That Whine. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time. And all I can do is sigh. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time. And I think I'm about to lose my mind. And I don't know what's got you so blue. And I could see you're crumbling too. I think it would be good if you tell me what's bothering you. But you seem sharp and stringy, and it would be done so quickly if you just tell me what goat's gotten you. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and all I can do is sigh. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and I think I'm about to lose my mind. You're turning into a little monster, and I can't tell if it's due to hunger. My patience has melted back, and now I don't give jack. But you seem sharp and stringy, and it would be done so quickly if you just tell me what goat's gotten you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you know that I'm fondue, and we'll be cheddar when you tell me why you frowned, then you melted down. Stick a fork in me because I'm done. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and all I can do is sigh. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and I think I'm about to lose my mind. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and I think I'm about to lose my mind. Would you like some cheese with that wine? 'Cause you're crying all the time, and I think all I can do is sigh. And I think I'm about to lose my mind. And I think I'm about to lose my mind. And I think I'm about to lose the ride. Hope you caught all the cheese puns in there. All right, next I
There's
think
just a
we
few of
have...
them.
Next I think we have Mike, if he's still around, I hope.
Oh, I forgot I turned off my video. Sorry, I had to peek out for a second.
Yep, come on back. It's all you
Yep,
now.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Much like the lesser known Vertical Horizon track, I'm still here. Yeah, so Ben alluded to that before he had to leave. This was kind of our first single, if you will, off of the first EP. It's one that he wrote primarily. It's a song that actually dates back, at the time of recording, it dated back almost 15 years because it was something we came up with on a road trip on Jeff's bachelor party. So it's all crazy, but and I think we posted to the YouTube channel the original video of us singing the chorus of this song. And it took us having kids and a bunch of stuff like that to come up with the actual verses to that, which were primarily written by Ben. We put the song together. It's insanely catchy. We'll see how many times I mess it up here. But here we go. This is called this is absolutely, I think, my kid's favorite song. I don't necessarily think it's just because I sing it. I think it's also just because it's catchy as hell. It's called This Song, parentheses, is Stuck in My Head. My kids don't talk about Bruno and they won't let it go. I blamed this all on Disney since it first rode high-ho. My sanity is waning, now it's all I know. 'Cause this song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. A bluebird just came in and sang it again. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. They got the bare necessities, so why don't they chill? If Disney songs don't bug you, then no evil thing will. There's no whole new world of other songs they could play, but still, this song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. A fish and a crab just came and sang it again. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, no. When you wish upon a star, then to go to bed. This song, oh, this song. This song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, I guess I'll play it again. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. Whoa, whoa, the song is stuck in my head. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world.
The fact that we added "It's a Small World" to the end of that song cracks me up every time.
Yep.
But we had a lot of fun writing that one. That song is ridiculously catchy. I still get it stuck in my head when I listen to it from time to time now. I think we are down to our last track on the album. So this is a track that I wrote. It ends up being a bit of a lullaby for my kids. My older daughter in particular absolutely loves this song. It's called "The Skye and the Rose," and it's meant to be kind of this lullaby. And the idea for it was that, I'm watching my kid drift off to sleep, and in my head I'm wondering, when she goes to sleep, I'm not there with her. She just goes off to dreamland and kind of ends up wherever she ends up. But no matter what, when she wakes up, we're right there to wake her up. Whether the dream was good or the dream was scary, we're there to support and be there and go on with the next day. So this track is called "The Skye and the Rose." I will do my best to play it. It's probably the hardest song for me to play and sing at the same time, but we will try our best. The moon rises high. Your questions run deep. Close off your mind's eye. side. So softly you'll hear golden honey words of a future so near on soft downy wing. I don't know where you're going, but I'll be here when you wake. Close your eyes, don't you cry. I'll be here by your side. By your side. The world may lose control. You'd feel lost in your soul. Comfort in what you know. Find the sky and the road. The sky and the road. Your sky and the road. And I don't know where you're going, but I'll be here when you wake. Close your eyes, don't you cry. I'll be here by your side. By your side. And that is it. That is our first record. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all had a lot of fun. We had a ton of fun putting this show together and having you all here.
Woo! I was singing the "By Your Side" part at the end of that in harmony, but I realized I was on mute. So
All good.
that was another song.
And
that
slightly lagged,
First of all,
too, so.
you did a great job. It's a tough song to play solo, but you did a great job. But also, yeah, that's another song I loved how it came together in studio.
Yeah, when you hear it on the record, that song probably had like 12 different vocal parts that we all threw together because I like vocal harmonies and I really wanted them on that particular track. But that is the end of our show. We hope you guys had a ton of fun joining us. We really appreciate you taking a couple of hours out of your Saturday to join us, listen to our music. We really hope that you enjoyed it. If you feel so inclined, feel free to go to the Bandcamp site and get the record, and that'll help us with writing and recording new material. And stay tuned for new music videos. Additionally, we do have social media on Facebook as well as on Instagram and Blue Sky and YouTube. So if you feel so inclined, look for us on those platforms. Feel free to follow us. We try to put up a video roughly every Wednesday, a We Play Wednesday video, where we do something fun or share something or do a song together. So would love to have you guys follow us and keep track, and look forward to the next one when we get to do this again sometime in the next couple of years. Thank you again. Mike and Jeff, do you guys have anything you want to say in closing?
No, I just wanted to second thank you to everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And thank you once again to our kids and to my wife for kind of keeping our kids at bay while I was able to tune in to do some of this stuff. So yeah, just really appreciate all the support. Definitely go check out the album. Like I said, like Ashok said, it's available on Bandcamp for download if you want your own personal copy, but also it's on streaming sites everywhere. Definitely check it out. On streaming sites in particular, I think some of the transitions between the songs really pop. So definitely check it out if you get a chance.
Yeah. So, and thanks to everyone who joined me here in Raleigh for the live show here, and thanks to obviously Beth and the kids for being so wonderful, and I don't know if my mom is still on there, but thanks to you, her as well, and love you all, and hope you enjoyed our music.
And I want to say a quick thank you to Shino and my girls for supporting us through this whole thing, and again listening to our music ad nauseum because I play it a lot to try and get the sounds right. Thank you to my parents who were on, and I think they're still on the chat as well. And again, thank you to every one of you who joined and supported us and listened to our music and gave their insights when we asked for it and supported us. So we really appreciate you all, and thank you again. Have a great night, and thank you and good night. Bye, y'all. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.